Hey, this is Derek and Eric, DNC Boys Live.
Come check us out, Tampa's leader in sports nutrition since 1996, DNCSupplements.com.
Now serving 2 locations, DNC Supplements 54 in Land Lakes.
All right, this is John Hansen with FloridaPhysique.com, and we are in the gym training with Janeen Lankowski, women bodybuilder, female bodybuilder. And Janeen just competed the day before at the Tampa Pro Show out here in Tampa, Florida. How you doing, Janeen?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. All right, so you're doing some shoulders today. And of course, again, this was the day after you competed, so I'm imagining you're not going as heavy as normal. But you're starting off with side lateral raises, and I thought this was pretty interesting because I never really saw this before. You're doing one arm at a time, you're alternating the arms. Do you find this isolates the shoulders a lot better?
I find I don't waste any time in the gym. I isolate my shoulders, plus I'm working on my core.
Okay.
I can go up with weight as well, and my form stays good. So as soon as you tend to do 2 arms, your form kind of goes bad, and
yeah,
things tend to happen, injuries that you don't want. So it's best to be isolated and controlled.
I noticed also you started with the side laterals instead of doing like a pressing exercise first. Is that because you're trying to emphasize more the medial head of the delts?
No, actually I rotate. So this week was side laterals, the following week will be shoulder press. I always like to, shock the system, shock the body as much as I can.
Okay.
So if you're starting with side laterals and it's your strong, you're going to be strong at the start of your workout, your shoulder press will be a little weaker. The following week, you'll be stronger with your shoulder press and a little bit weaker and lighter.
Yeah, that
side
makes
laterals
sense.
or rear delts. So I like to switch it up so that I always have that strong set at the get-go, and then, wean it out a bit.
Now here you're doing the same thing with the bent over laterals for the rear delts.
Yes, I really like the movement. Like I said before, you can use your core is your center base. There's no wasting time, like leaning on a piece of equipment, and this way, you're working everything.
Do you find it isolates the muscles a lot better than doing them 2 arms at a time?
Yeah, I feel it a lot more. Brought up my rear delts a lot with that exercise. It's a good training tool. Not a lot of people do it. I also do volume training with it as well. So I like to go up with weight. As you can see in this video, I didn't go as heavy as I normally go.
Yeah, because the day after the show.
Yeah, I'm a little depleted still. So,
right.
Make it work. Get that pump, get that blood flowing.
I noticed like with the bent over laterals, a lot of people don't do those anymore. They do the pec deck, or they'll do more real isolation type movements instead of just picking up some dumbbells and bending over like that.
I think a lot of people are afraid of dumbbells, to be honest with you. I mean, there's so much equipment out there nowadays that everybody thinks equipment. Meanwhile, they're not realizing that they're cheating themselves out with their workout.
Yeah, I think that's one of the best movements for the rear delts.
Oh, totally. And cables are great too. Anything that you can actually pull the weight and move the weight. A machine, it stops you from your full range of motion in my eyes.
Yeah,
I mean, I do throw some in, but I prefer to use a lot of free weights.
Yeah.
Because then you can train pretty much anywhere.
And it looks like it's working. Looking at your size of your delts here.
Yeah, I love it.
Now here.
Oops, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say I never have to wear shoulder pads.
Yeah, right. And now you're doing the front raises, and you're using a curling bar to finish off. Well, you're not finished yet, but this is your 3rd exercise now, right?
Yes. I like doing an easy curl bar, straight bar. You pound them out really quick. My front delts are really developed, so I don't have to really train them. When you look at other athletes, sometimes they don't have their shoulders developed, so then you have to focus on them a lot more. This, I'm just getting the blood in and moving on.
You find using that curling bar is easier on your wrist than using a straight bar?
Yes, actually, because I'm concentrating on pulling up with my elbows, not with my hands.
Okay.
So my elbows are usually all the movements that I use. I focus on my elbows to get everything done.
Now here you're finishing off the delts with the presses. You're doing a seated dumbbell press.
Yes, I rotate a lot. I do sometimes I do dumbbell press, sometimes I do Smith machine, front and back. So I love to do variations of shoulders because there's so much to do, and you can't do them all in one workout. So I just rotate it around. Yeah,
and we should mention also you're now with Team DNC, right?
Yes, I am. A phenomenal store company.
Yeah,
very supportive of athletes. I love them.
Yeah, they're very supportive of the whole bodybuilding scene out here in Tampa.
Yeah, they're great.
They've got 2 locations now, and you're part of their team. They help sponsor you for the Tampa Pro, right?
Yes, I'm doing a guest appearance actually September 13th. They're sponsoring the St. Pete's Classic.
Classic.
So I'm really excited to to be there with them and supporting their stores and supporting bodybuilding.
Okay, now here you're finishing off the shoulder workout with some traps, just a standard barbell shrug to the front.
Yeah, I like to focus on squeezing through my rear delts. I call it kind of the horseshoe. A lot of people neglect it, don't do it. So when you do your back double bi, then you have that nice little horseshoe in the back.
Yeah, I noticed that when
finishes off the back.
When you're doing it, you're not just pulling it up, you're pulling it back. I could see that. I could see your rear delts working when you're doing that.
Yeah, I like to squeeze everything. I mean, it doesn't matter how heavy you go. Sometimes I do 2 plates or more. I mean, again, it's after show, so I'm just, getting the blood flowing through there and just squeezing everything.
Right. Okay, Janeen, well, I want to thank you for joining us at the FloridaPhysique.com. Great shoulder workout, and best of luck in your future and guest posing on September 13th.